for our newsmaker with political analysis from your local election headquarters. As we know, it is primary election day here in Pennsylvania and several other states. Joining us now to talk about today's race, as he has all election season long, is Mercyhurst University political science professor Dr. Michael Federici. Thanks for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Kim.
All right, let's get started. Talking about the circumstances surrounding today's primary, what initially looked like it was going to be an exciting presidential race here in Pennsylvania sort of fizzled out when Rick Santorum dropped out. Do you think it's having an effect on voter turnout today?
I think it will, and for two reasons. One, because Santorum, the native son, is out of the race. But the second reason is when he left the race was basically over. Had he left the race and there was another viable candidate left in the pool, voters still would have an incentive to come out and vote, but they don't have that now.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be happening today. On the local level, let's talk a little bit about, the state race for the 49th Senatorial District. We have 4 Democrats fighting for a spot in November. 2 candidates who have politically famous names, you could say, with Sean Wiley and John Harkins. 1 current office holder in Terry Scutella and newcomer Brian Pitzer. What do you make of these dynamics in this race?
Well, first of all, when you have 4 candidates, it means that the winner can get a relatively small percentage of the vote and win the election. So it's possible that that could happen. It also means that because it will likely take a smaller percentage of the vote to win, that running a good ground game, that is going door to door, speaking to small groups of voters, can make a big difference, getting signs out on people's front lawns.
Do you think this one's still up in the air? No real front runner in this one probably, huh?
My guess would be no. It's hard to get information on races like this. It's not like there's a lot of polling done on it, but you go by what you see, and you see things like who's getting their signs out, who's out there in the media, who's getting their name recognized by voters.
And on another race, Republicans Jason Owen and Regina Smith hoping to move on to the general election in the race for state rep in the 3rd district. Both have worked in government. What are your thoughts on this race?
Again, you've got 2 candidates there, neither of which has a great deal of name recognition. The dynamic is a little bit different because it's 2 instead of a large number of candidates. But, here, once again, whoever has played the best ground game is likely to be the winner. Whoever has gotten their name out there by speaking to groups, knocking on doors, getting campaign literature out, likely has the advantage.
All right, finally, Dr. Federici, at the end of the day, we're going to have 2 new representatives in Harrisburg come January. Will constituents feel the impact of 2 freshmen?
It remains to be seen, and it depends in part on which party ends up controlling the state legislature and which party wins the elections. So it's best for local constituents to have the party in power be the one that's representing you. That could end up being a split with some of these local races for the state legislature. And also it takes time for legislatures to learn the ropes. And that means that in all likelihood it'll be a while before they can produce what Jane Earl, for example, produced.
All right, Dr. Federici, we appreciate your analysis all election season long. We'll see what happens tonight, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Kim.
Up next, a look at last night's Motown Marathon on Dancing with the Stars. Stay with us.